Welcome to another episode of the Waffle Shop podcast. Today, I'm joined by an absolute legend, technically the future MMA fighter, Ian Garry. Welcome to the Waffle Shop.
What's the story, pal? How are you?
Not too bad. How you doing?
Good. I don't see. I'm cutting weight at the moment. I'm being very strict in my diet, right? And the fact that this is Waffle Shop just has me thinking of some filthy thoughts to do with waffles and Nutella. It's it's great. I love waffles.
I prefer potato waffles, but they're not quite as on brand as the round ones.
I do. It's sitting here going, it's making me think I love a waffle already. I'm sitting here going, how are you? How are you keeping?
I'm good, mate. I'm bored, if I'm being honest. Like I'm just, do you know what I mean? I'm done with it all now. How are you feeling with it? I
mean, that's good. I mean, that's like I'm obviously very fortunate to be able to train and keep training, and that's kind of what I love. Like that's what I love. It's what I enjoy. So I can get my enjoyment and my time training and be happy. But it really is just like when I'm not training, it's like you can't see your friends, you can't see like the people whose energy you bounce off. I'm such a positive person. I bounce off energy. So when I'm out or I'm meeting people for coffees or I'm out going and getting some food with the lads or playing some golf, it's like I enjoy that energy. I enjoy that feeling. It's just like, no, you're not allowed to have that at the moment. You've got to sit at home and do nothing, basically. Chance. I'm like, and that's the biggest thing that this lockdown is kind of, I'd say everyone is affected by. It's just trying to fill the day with stuff to just make the day pass.
By, I feel like it's this time round, it's like it's harder. Like than the first one, it was a bit of it, like a little bit funny, like a bit of the luxury kind of thing. The second one was a bit of a okay, but this one it's just like Jesus Christ, just let me out. Just let me out. It is.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there. It's like people are like 6 weeks off, happy days.
Exactly.
It's like, what, great, and it was in the middle of summer as well when it started. So people were like unbelievable. Get to go out and like I like even when it was lockdown, like I'm obviously like still training and all that, but my friends and like are all off work, and they were all able to play golf, and we were able to meet up all the time. We were able to be great. Like I was seeing them so much. It was like, this is unreal. I'm like, I'm having a great time. Now it's like I'm not seeing anyone. Everything's so strict. It feels like it's just like they want you to be afraid, and it's just like, you know what? I just want this to pass. I'm like, I'm so done with it. I think I can speak on behalf of the entire planet when I'm saying if COVID would just kindly do one, we'd all be very happy.
I've got so much that I want to kind of talk to you about, because you're the first kind of fighter like I've had on the show, and it's something that's always really intrigued me, especially around like mindset and just being in that zone, like when you see people like walk out, and I don't even know, I'm quite intrigued to see what's going on like behind closed doors, if that makes sense. Like,
no, 100%.
But before we get to that bit, I kind of want to go back. Like, when did you first develop this kind of passion for fighting? Like, what was the first kind of step into it?
Yeah, it's so I've been asked this a couple of times, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly. I suppose when I don't know what it really was. I just enjoyed like when I was playing other sports like football and like, well, over here it's called Gaelic, like and hurling, like traditional Irish sports. I loved them. I got to like meet up with your friends and play team sports, and that's how you kind of got your friends then going into school, and you just got to leave school playing like hurling again. It was brilliant. It was amazing. But I don't know what the initial kind of feeling was towards it, but I just remember one day I was talking to my dad, and out of nowhere, I remember when I was in the car with him, I just said, I want a box. And he was like, what? And I was like
now, or just in general? Pull the car
pull over. No, I just remember saying it to him one day, like, I'd love to box. And eventually he brought me down to a gym. They said I wasn't old enough. And they were like, look, just bring him back in a couple of years. And I remember then there was a point where I was like, I want to train. There was a new gym opening up down the road. I was like, I'm going. And I just I was like, I'm gonna go down whether you like me or not. So my dad and me went down, and I just stuck with it, and I had a great time. And kind of from that moment on, it's just like a whole like
whirlwind.
Everything just seems to be like, I was so dedicated to boxing. I loved the training. Yeah, it's just like you kind of lose yourself in it. It's like it takes over.
Yeah.
It's a dedication is what controls the love for it. And like I went to boxing, loved it, got injured playing hurling, broke my arm, went out then for a while my arm was healing. My back wasn't the same. The atmosphere wasn't the same. So I then went and done judo in the local community center beside my school, because I was doing my my final year of like exams in school. So I was doing my leaving cert, and like my mom and dad were like, "Oh, you're not allowed to start another sport." I was like,
please.
They knew exactly what was going on. You're not starting a sport just before you leave, insert. You're going to be studying, and I'm like, I'm not going to be studying. I can tell you that now. So I joined anyway, and I go and I train 2-3 times a week, and it got to the fact where I was training in Portmarnock, which is my local area, 2 times a week, and then I was training in Swords 2 times a week. So it's like, right, I've gone from 2 training sessions to 4 training sessions. Then it's like, oh, and I'm playing hurling again. It's like, I can't do my homework. I can't study. It's like, well, I've got training tonight. And they're just like, and I'm just like, I've got to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I have to train. And that's kind of always been like the sport. And it's always what drives me. I enjoy it more than anything. It's that training, pushing yourself, enjoying I don't know what it is. It's something inside me that I love. I love the physical aspect of training. And then went to college, quit college, decided I was going to be an MMA fighter. And well, I mean, it's worked out absolutely perfect, 'cause here we are. So
people like yourself, because I didn't really find like my passion or find my feet till I turned 30. So the fact that you've found that like that enjoyment and that passion and that kind of drive at that age, like I think it's incredible. Like I genuinely feel jealous of people like yourself who have that immediate, this is what I love to do, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. It's insane.
Firstly, you don't look anywhere near 30. Let's clear that up right now. I would never have said you were 30. So you're doing something right. A lot of face masks at home.
Yeah,
nothing else to do.
That's what I do. That's all I do is sit at home all day.
Beautiful.
That's it. Cucumbers every time, literally every time I close my eyes.
Exactly, cucumbers over the eyes. Zen music on, sitting there. I mean, I don't know what it was about it, but I remember, man, it was a strange old time in the house between my family, because they just didn't get it. And that's absolutely fair. Like I would never expect my mom and dad to understand my mindset or my mentality towards, I'm going to drop everything and I'm going to do something. Bear in mind, I had never trained MMA in my life.
This is just I'm quitting everything to do something that I've never done before.
Yeah. I knew I wanted to do it. Right?
Yeah. Was there no part of you that were like worried? The winner's mentality, if you like.
It absolutely is, and it's a case of, for me, it's like when I don't know what it was. I know I go off on some mad tangents.
Oh, mate, I love it.
But like when it comes to like training, I just knew I wanted to train, and when I went down, I felt that atmosphere and that vibe in the gym. It was like, right, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm doing. I'm like, life has pushed me to this point, and like the fact that I quit college, I signed the papers to like quit, to drop out.
Yeah.
And I didn't say it to my mom and dad because I didn't want their decision affected. Well, come here, mate. Right, look, here's my aspect, and it's absolutely 100% correct, right? 100%. Look, but if it didn't, look, it might as well I get a smack in the mouth. It's like, I told you. For me, it did pay off, and but you could have never known in that moment that it was pay off. The only person who had the belief was me, and I just knew I wanted to do that, and that was what I wanted to do. But like no one can understand how I feel about something. So when I was doing it, I didn't want to tell them and be like, look, here's what I'm planning on doing. And then they'd be like, no, hit me with a load of negatives. And I'm like, oh, whoa. This isn't me asking. This is me telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do. And I think that is a massive thing for people, is having the strength and courage to kind of trust your gut and trust what you
massively, mate.
feel. Because like, obviously I'm quite a confident person, and like I believe in myself. And if it wasn't fighting, if I wanted to be a politician, if I wanted to be anything, I feel like I would put everything into it. The same energy I have in the fight, the same attitude, the same mindset, I would put that into whatever it is. Just for example, like touch wood, it never happens. But if I get injured or I lose and my career goes down to Swanee, I will be good, or I will be the best at whatever else I want to do in life, because it's just the mindset I have. So I think the courage and the strength, it was kind of a lot of time spent on it. So obviously when I was working cleaning the windows with my uncle's company, Embassy Cleaning. I had a great time. I loved it. Like I was genuinely loving life. I was getting a couple £100. I was loving life. I was like just getting the days by, and I just had a great time. And then it was like, do you know what? Like, I just felt like there was so much more that I could do. And I felt like the longer, like, again, it's kind of, I just feel like a relationship is an easy way to explain it to people, because everyone's had a relationship. Everyone's been, you know, that feeling when you kind of know you don't want to be with someone anymore, and you're just kind of prolonging it and like waiting for something to happen. I feel like every day, every week that passed, I was just like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to be here. I want to do something. I want to sit back. I want to be able to sit back and when I'm 50 years of age and go,
smashed it.
I had a good life, rather than going, you could have done that. You could have done that, man. Do you know what I mean? I want to be able to go, well, like if failing is the worst thing that can happen, then I'll fail 10 times out of 10. But at least I'm going to enjoy the ride and give it my best shot. And that was kind of, I spent a lot of time on my own when I was working. And when that was my aspect. Like, if I spent a lot of time on my own when I was working, I'd get up early mornings, I'd go clean shops, I'd go clean houses and offices on my own. And I'd meet up with lads throughout the day. And it was just a lot of headspace, a lot of time for me to just think and go, what do I want to do in my life? And it was eventually came around to every time me going, just go and fight. Like, just go do it. You know you want to do it. What are you waiting for? And it was that kind of just building up the strength and building up the courage. Not like I had it all in me. I was just like waiting for like the right time. But like, when is the right time? Like, if you're waiting for the right time, it's never going to happen. If you want to make change, you got to do it now. Because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get. The more you're going to think about, but this and this. Just do it.
You'd definitely be a great politician. Because that sounded literally like if you want change it now.
I mean I know very little about politics. I know a lot about fighting.
But mate, it's solid advice though. It like brilliant advice. And I think again, if like you can apply that to whatever walk of life, like I would be in the position I would be in now if I didn't take that leap. I'm like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. And it's something that I find so like inspiring when you see other people who've done the same thing. But like, I'm very lucky, right? I've like, my mom and dad have worked the hardest, like to get to where I am. I haven't had the hardest of upbringings. Like, everyone's different, right? Everyone has different challenges in life, and no two people are the same, right? But it's all about, you have to completely and utterly trust in yourself that no matter what you're going to do, you're going to do it. And if you have a doubt, like if you have any disbelief, it's not going to happen. Like, I'm a very positive energy type of guy. Like, I believe that, not that if I think I'm going to get a helicopter, I'm going to get a helicopter tomorrow. But it's like, if like, for me, for training, I train my ass off every week, right? And a lot of people go, this guy's cocky. This guy's got so much confidence. Yes, I do. I have a massive ego. And you want to know why? Because I work my fucking ass off every day. I have the confidence to back it up because I know I've done the hours and hours of
Yes.
work. I know I've done the technique. I know I've got the skill in my bag to be able to pull out things in case I'm in trouble. I know I've done these things because I've worked myself so hard to get to where I am right now. And a lot of people don't see that work because I don't post all the training sessions on Instagram. I'm not very vocal about how hard I work because, like, no offense, people don't care. It's my life that's important to me. And eventually the story will grow the bigger and better I get. But like, I'm doing it. It matters to me. So when I'm training and I'm putting my hours in and my body's in bits and I'm feeling like shit, I don't sit there and moan about it. Like, I just get over it. I get a nice sleep. I eat some nice food. I wake up the next morning and I attack the day like I do every other day because, mate, I could, for all intents and purposes, I could wake up tomorrow and I could be sick. I could be dying. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? You never know. You only know that you've got today. And I know this is kind of like, oh, like, believe it, cheat, like all this stuff, but it's
seriously,
not.
I'm loving
you
this.
Wake up, the only thing you are guaranteed right now is the breaths that you have in your lungs right now, because you've woke up today and you're lucky because there's some people out there that are dying right now, and that's their life. Do you know what I mean? It's a different. We're all different. We're all our own person. So you've got to think about yourself, just like I've got to think about me and no one else. This was a massive thing. It's like I love my mom, I love my dad, but like, and they said they will always be behind me. But like, at the end of the day, it's not their life, it's mine. And I was just like, and it's kind of like these things where like I just had to go, do you know what? I want to do this, not for any other reason than I want to do it. And if it fails, then I did what I want to do. And I can go back and I can go to college and I can get a job and I can do whatever I want afterwards. But I'm going to give 110% to this because it's what I know I want to do. And that was kind of my thought process behind it all.
Without obviously, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
23.
Mate, if I had your head on my shoulders at 23, honestly, like, I think this is going to sound so cheesy, but you're actually like remarkable. Obviously, I like the whole fighting side of things, but to have that mentality and that mindset at your age, you're going to fucking fly, seriously. Like,
this is why I'm called the future.
Mate, I'm lost for words on my own show. I was literally like, I don't know what to say now. You've covered everything, but from a point of view, like, I'm gonna take so much away from that, and I know for a fact a lot of people who listen to this show will do exactly the same, because, you know, we're not the most confident people, but just trusting yourself and just giving it 110%, like, just do it.
Exactly. It's not about being confident. Like, I'm naturally confident. I've been that from a young age. Like, my mom and dad tell me stories about how you used to do this and you used to do that. I'm sitting there going, oh, like, don't tell me them things. Like, I was a kid, like, I don't know what I was doing, but like, I've always been confident. I've always spoke my mind. Like, in school, if when a teacher said something to you, I'd always speak back and go, no, don't speak to me like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I just was always confident enough. Like, my mom was telling me about a story there the other week, how I won two awards in school. I won like the best footballer and the best hurler, and I won one award and I came back up to get the second, and the principal was sitting there going, oh, we're not going to hear the end of this, Ian Garry. And I went and I took in front, my mom told me, I don't remember this, but I took the mic off him and I said, no sir, I want you to apologize in front of everyone, because I think it's very unfair what you just did. Like, and she was like, and look, come here, I don't remember this. This is what she's telling me. But like, I've always been confident, but it's not about having the most confidence in the world. You just got to do, like, you've got to put whatever you've got, whatever confidence you've got, whatever trust you've got to put it into whatever you want to do, because it is your life. It's no one else's. It's your life. And I can't tell you the best way for you to run your show or run your life, or for you to change it up. The only way you can do that is by you thinking, God, right, what do I think is best? That's why you see a lot of people kind of, when they're down, they need a friend to talk to, but it's like, you just need someone to make you realize what you want. And that's the way I've always been. Like, if my friends ever talk to me about, like, they don't know what they're doing and they just, like, they want to change, I'm like, mate, you can sit around and you can say exactly what you're saying for the next 3, 4, 5 years or however long, but like, the only person that can change your life is you. And if you're not going to, like, I can tell you to do everything. I can sit here and we can meet up 100 times a week and I can tell you, look, you can do this, this, and this. You can do X, Y, Z. You can do A, B, C. But unless you're going to action it, unless you're going to make the change, then you're going to be in the same position. Like, you've got to get that courage and build it up. And I understand that's the hard part for a lot of people in life. And I just was lucky enough to trust myself and go for it, because my aspect was, what's the worst that happens? What is the worst that happens? Like, genuinely, it's a case of just, you've got to do you, and that's it.
Yeah.
And put everything you've got into whatever you want to do and run with it, because the worst thing you can do is fail at what you want to do. Then that's at least you've tried. At least you can sit there and be like, I gave it my best shot. I gave it a go. Because I say this to my friends all the time. My biggest fear, other than getting injured, which is just annoying because it means I don't get to do what I love and it would infuriate me every day. But my biggest fear is sitting there in like a restaurant or in a bar with my mates when I'm 40 or 50 years of age and going, I could have done that.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Like, it's like, well, like, you've got one life. Like, you make it last, make it count. Like, make memories, enjoy it. If you win, if I go in there and get sparked, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. Like, it's like, I'm not invincible. Like, I'm not a superhero. I'm just a normal man, right? Who works his ass off every day, who loves what he does and has a great time doing it. And I just want to go out there and prove when it comes to fighting terms, that all the hard work and the skill I have, I'm just better than everyone. And that's it. That's just the belief I have. So why not? If I'm going to do it, why not want to be the best? Why would I want to be second best or third best? I want to be the best. And that's it.
You've got a big fight coming up. Like,
I have,
like, talk to me about the build up to a fight. Like, what goes through your head? What does like the training look like?
So when it comes to training so obviously, like, I've known for a couple of weeks. I only signed the contract recently, but we're like, there's texts that go back between my coach and the promotion.
Yeah.
Is this fight, like, can we do this fight? And then I'm like, he says to me after a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I don't want to know. There's been too many times where I've agreed to fight someone.
Yeah.
And then the fight get pulled because they don't want to fight me. I mean, look,
scared.
I get it. Look,
I get
it. Like, it is what it is. Look, it is what it is. Just weak-minded. I mean, it's okay. I understand. I get it. You don't want your friends and family seeing you get absolutely lit up. That's fine. That is understandable. I'm fine with that. I understand it. But I don't want to know about all these people. So I'm like, look, come back to me when it's like more or less confirmed, and we just need to wait for a contract.
Yeah.
And then when the contract's signed, I'm like, right, it's official. That's it. I've signed the contract. Now it's ready to go. And I just enjoy it. Like, I never trained specifically for one person. I never trained to beat the guy. Like, if I was signed to fight you, I'm never training to fight you. I'm training to better my skill set and better myself and get myself closer to perfection. Because every fighter, well, I say every fighter should strive to be the best they want to be and not just get by. Like, I want to set a legacy. I want to be one of the best to ever do it. Like, and even be in that conversation would be an absolute would be my life.
Can I just say, my contract hasn't come through yet, so as soon as that's signed, mate, I'm gonna knock you out.
You're all good for now. When you sign the contract,
you're lucky there's a pandemic. I'm telling you, you're lucky there's a pandemic going on.
Here, mate, I'm an elite sports person. I'll fly over to wherever you are and I'll knock at your front door.
I will swim. With a mask on. Swim through that.
Look, my dad has a lovely wetsuit there with some gloves and all the matches. Look, I will jump in any river or any sea I need to, and I will swim to wherever you are if that needs to be.
Let's have it.
Let's do it. But when it comes to a fight, I like to improve on myself, because if I'm constantly trying to think about you and I'm trying to beat you, I'm not going to think about myself. Again, I'm the one that I need to worry about, not someone else.
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to fight, I'm trying to write, what do I need to get better at? What can I use in this fight that I can use to win? And then me and my coach will sit down and go, look, here's a couple things we could use. Look, I want you to work your jab more, which is just like play a couple things. I want you to throw more kicks. I want you to wrestle more. Because he'll sit down and look at the fighter and go, look, he's not great here. Why don't we try exploit this area of his game? And this is for every single fighter we've come up against. And it's like, I'll train and do everything I'm trying to improve while implementing what he has said I want you to try. So I'm trying to balance plates, basically. I'm standing here trying to balance plates.
I'm all spinning.
And it's lovely because I love it. I love the enjoyment of trying to work on one thing one day and then trying to, because if you get caught up in one thing, you lose sight of the whole bigger picture, I feel. So that's why I like to kind of balance all the things. I like to work on everything at the same time and slowly progress. But I say slowly, I mean, it's basically like just boom, boom. Every time I'm just better and better and better. Like, it's like literally week by week, I'm like, I beat me last week. I'm like, not even last year. I beat me last week. I beat me like last 2 weeks. I'm learning, and I want to learn. I want to know, like, I want my knowledge to get better and better and better, because that's the type of person I am. I want to know if I'm getting in a bad position, how do I get out of it? If I'm hurt, what do I do? I never want to be, oh, I don't know. I've never felt this, or I don't know what I'm doing. I want to know that I'm going into a fight and I know exactly what to do if anything happens. And look, I know that's every kind of fighter's aspect, like going in there, oh, he can't beat me. But like, you've got to think that going in there, you are ready for any situation. Yeah. And it's when you really, really do truly believe it, and you have put the time and hours in and worked your ass off, that you see those people who talk it up, like Conor McGregor, like Israel Adesanya, like all these big names, like they've got to where they are because of hard work. And I'm hopefully going to be no different. Like, I believe in myself, and I just want to get to that point where everyone's like, this kid's been saying this since he was 19 that he's going to be the best, and it's sitting here with 29, 28 years of age down the line and going, I was right a decade ago. I'm still right now. Exactly. I told you. Yeah. That's what it comes to. But I love the aspect of training. I love training every day. I love that feeling of your body being sore. Like this week, like my back has been tight from just training and lifting weights, and I'm just like,
every day? Like, you have to.
Yeah.
Like, how many hours are we talking about?
It's not a lot of hours specifically. Like, I hear this boils my blood, by the way. I hate people saying I'm training 4 or 5 times a day, doing 6-7 hours. You're not. I can tell you you're not. I can tell you you're not, because you're full of shit, because I'm guaranteeing that's the only training you're going to do for the rest of the week if you're doing 7 hours worth of training.
So, when you see, like, when the fighters come together, they've announced the fight and they have like the kind of like the face off, like
the stare down.
Yeah. Like, is that not ever like awkward? Like, what is going through your head when you're, staring each other down? Are you trying to get into their heads? Like, what's going on?
This is hard to explain, but I kind of understand people. I can judge people by the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they are. I can just judge someone. I can know how someone's going to react. I can know how I don't know what it is. I've always been good at it. I can know what makes it tick, basically. If I've seen it enough, or I've heard something, I know I'll understand it. And when I'm looking in a fighter's eyes, I'm not like everyone tries to.
Yeah.
They try to give us mean mug. I'm like sitting there with the mindset of, dude, I'm absolutely untouchable. The fact that you're trying to sit here and mean mug me, it's just like, give him a little smile. Look, mate, best of luck tomorrow. Like, there's no fear in my eyes. And it's like, there's no fear, there's no worry, there's no doubt. It's just like, bring your A game. Bring it. Bring it tomorrow, please, because the better you bring it, the better I'm gonna look. So I'm like, I just looking us on. I'm just like, it's just that thought process of what I'm thinking when I'm looking someone in the eyes is, I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna beat you, and you know it. You know it deep down. You know. I know you know. I can see it. I can feel it. I can feel deep down. You believe in yourself, but you know I'm better. You know it. You don't want to say it because no one ever wants to say it, but you know, and it's just like, it's I can't help it. I can see it when I look at people. I'm just like, every time I look in their eyes, they try to give me that little look back, and I'm just waiting for it, and then I just see a just see the doubt. Once I see the doubt, it's like, that's it, you're done.
It's like, have like any kind of like trash talk prepared just in case you get it's a little bit leery, and then because I imagine like you should never do this, and I shouldn't really say this, like, but I always imagine like someone just standing there saying like your mum joke in that kind of situation. And obviously it's the lowest of the low that you can go is to obviously get mum, but
you'll never not get a laugh out of a mum joke. Your mum,
yeah,
you'll never not get a laugh out of it.
Exactly.
So I do think of things. I don't like to trash talk, because people say I'm a talker. Like I clearly, like, you can understand, I just talk well. Like, who would have known Ian Garry can talk? It's like I never hear him. You hear me before you see me in the
literally.
You said it. My show, whatever show I'm on, it's about me. I've said this multiple times. I don't care who you are. It's my show. I could be the first fight on the card. No one knows about me. Trust me, I'll make sure this is my show every time, and you will know exactly. So yeah, I do have little things, and like, I mean, I don't know if I can say them, but they are dark sometimes. Like my last opponent, there was one opponent basically where, I just want to get in. Like, it's about respect. Like, I respect you for standing in front of me and wanting to try knock me out, like try beat the shit out of me. Like, I respect that. I respect that you're standing in the cage. It's not going to happen, but I respect that you're doing it. Like, you're the real hero here. You are putting your body and life on the line, knowing you're not going to win just to make me look good. I respect you. Thank you. Right. But there was one time it was in Cork, and it was the end of 2019. It was in November, and I was fighting a guy, and I went to shake his hand. And he looked me in the eye. He looked me in the eye and goes, "This is war. We'll talk after." And I just went, "You're a fucking sap." And I just looked him in the eye. And I just felt like so disrespected. And I wanted I know this sounds disgusting, but like I just wanted to feel like I wanted to just punch him in the face, just grab him by the neck and just go, "What?" But I don't. It's like, right, I'll get my hands on you tomorrow. Yeah. But ever since that, I'm like, right, I always have something ready to go now. So like my last opponent, I see he was from the same gym as that guy. And I was like, right, he's going to come out and talk revenge. And I don't know if he's going to like chat a load of shit and try to get in my head, because that's what some people do. Like I'm bulletproof. Chat all the shit you want. You're not getting in here, but you can try. But once you try once, you've opened the door. That's it. You're done. You're not going to sit there. I'm gonna give you this every single time I see you, and that's it. You have my respect. You break it, you take it away. You're done. There's going to be a point where I'm just going to give this all day, and I can chat shit all day. I think you've clearly seen that. They call me the lip in the gym because I just give this all day. I'm just constantly going at people. But like I was sitting there going, and I was like, if he says anything to me, I'm just going to look him in the eye, and I'm just going to go, "You're lucky your kids aren't here. You're lucky your kids aren't here to watch this happen." I know it's deep. I know it's really deep, but it's like if it's happening, if you say it, I'm not fucking about. I'm going straight in. It's like grab whatever you can. It's like sit there and be like, "Tell your wife I like steak. I'll be over after the fight." I feel even bad saying it myself.
I feel like you can say it like with a straight face as well, can't you? About like when you're in that headspace, like
smile afterwards. No, do it with a smile on your face. Like nothing scary and happy for it. Like sit there and be like, "Tell your wife I like steak and I like mashed potatoes. I'll be over after the fight."
I'm literally gonna take everything you've said and write it down. I'm like, no, I'm gonna start like pointing at myself in the mirror, like, "This is it now. Sort your shit out. What would Ian do?"
Dude, I bought a mirror and put it on my wall so I could look at myself and watch the fights go down in my bedroom at night. Like I could just visualize it. I'm like, I'm such a narcissist. I sit down and look at myself, I'm like, I am so much better now. And I just these little times you just want it to click. It's just
Yeah.
that, like, you know, you're better. Like, so if you want to buy yourself a big mirror and look at yourself, see how it works.
Solid
I mean,
advice.
I don't know if you can see that, but I broke that one trying to
I could,
kick
yeah.
it. So like, it's, I just have,
Wow.
yeah, I broke that one. I threw a kick at it one day. I was like, oh shit. All right.
That's 7 years bad luck.
No, 7
You
years
know
of bad
that.
luck for me.
Well, see, with again, negative to a
No
positive
7 years of
straight
bad luck for
away.
me. I create my own luck.
I've got one final question for you, and I ask quite a lot of my guests who come on the show. So when you're, well, this is going to be a little bit different because obviously you go into like the you know, the cage and stuff like that. How do you pick that song, like your walkout song? Like what music is playing to get you into that, you know, get you hyped up?
So like, it changes. It really does. Like when I'm out back, like I am. So I'm very different to every other fighter. I'm not like there's a lot of fighters that like they want rah, like they want to be
Yeah.
like hyped up. Like I remember I was sitting there, like I like listening to like calm shit. Like when basically I want to fight with like as little testosterone in me as possible. I want to
Yeah.
be in there. I want to be calm. I want to be like composed. I want to be loose. I don't want to go in there built up energy,
Yeah.
looking to swing. And I want to be in there and be completely in the moment. I want to be in that flow state. So, for example, my last fight, I put my headphones on. I walked into the cage. I got loose, and I was listening to like basically like love songs.
Oh, wow.
I'm
This
sitting
is
there.
not what I
I'm
was
sitting there.
expecting.
No, I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's like, you said you'd come over here. Oh, Delilah, I've been drinking. I'm just sitting there. I want to be calm. I don't want to be sitting there going, like ready to
Yeah.
go. Like I want to just relax, take all in the moment the whole time. I don't want to be getting any, like wasting any energy. Like I have loads of it in case you didn't
Yeah.
notice. But I like not even love songs, but just calm songs with a nice little beat, and that's what I listen to when I'm out, when I'm like kind of chilling. And then when I'm out warming up at the back, I think about I listen to like rap songs and just kind of
Yeah.
I get into that flow. I get into that like like a little bit meaner like that. Just I get into the zone, and it's just good fun. And then it's like, right, I don't want to hear any other songs now until I walk out, and I hear that one
Yeah.
song that gets me going, and that is for me is Arctic Monkeys, Are You Mine? I just hear that.
Yeah.
Down, I'm up a bit on a string, Tracy Allen. I'm like, let's go. I'm like,
Time to shine.
because it's like, it's quite literally, it's like, because here is where I want to be, and satisfaction feels like a distant memory. It's like, this is where I want to be.
Wow.
Satisfaction was the last time I was here. And then it's sitting there like, just want to hear you say, you got me, baby, are you mine? And I just wish it was long enough to get that guitar solo in at
Yeah.
the end, but I'm always walking out so straight. I go straight at it. Once I hear that song, it just gets me in the moment. I love it. I really, really, really want to walk out to like It's Raining Men. It's raining men. I'm here. I am here. Everybody, take notice. It's raining men. Amen. Tall, blonde, dark, and lean. I love it.
Oh
I
my
want to,
God.
like, I'm I just want, I like, people need to realize like this, like, there's no fakeness in me. There's no like act. I am just real. I
Yeah.
am the way I am, and I want people to see that. And if I'm walking out to like It's Raining Men, like my coach is like, you can't walk out to that, Ian. You can't. He's like, you just can't. I'm like, I will one day. So if I can't now, I will one day.
So I'm really
But just
excited for in
I
about
love
10 years time, maybe in Vegas, mind my own business. And literally I'm there at one of your fights and all I hear is it's raining. And then you're there walking. I was like, do you know what? He said that 10 years
it's
ago. He said that.
so look, Vegas is going to happen a lot closer than 10 years away. Vegas is going to happen soon. I can promise you that, because we're signing for the UFC by the end of this year. I'm not losing a fight. I'm winning. I'm signing for the UFC this year. That's my mindset, and that's happening. I'm signing for the UFC this year, and the minute I win that belt in Cage Warriors, I'm going Vegas, baby. I'm coming. You best get ready.
Always ready for Vegas, mate.
There's been stars. There's been Conor McGregor's. There's been Israel Adesanya's. There's been all these big, like, personalities. That's me. I'm just gonna go there and have the time of my life.
Nothing like you yet.
Yeah. Look, this tall blonde white kid coming in here looking like he runs the scene. It's like, I do run the show. Hello, everybody. I am here. Welcome to the show.
Mate, I am genuinely.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm
like genuinely like you have completely took me by surprise. I'm so grateful like you took the time to have a waffle with me today, because I think I'm not gonna, but I think you're up there with one of like the favorite guests that I've ever had. Like my face is hurting.
That's massive.
It's brilliant.
And that means a lot. I appreciate that. I just want people to, like, I've said it already, like, I'm a positive guy. I feed off positive energy. I never want to bring any negative energy. And whenever I am annoyed and I have these off days, I feel it in a room. Like, I feel like if my energy is down, I can feel it in a room, and I never want to bring that. So any interview or any podcast or anytime I speak to someone, I want to sit there and go, I talked to that fella before and I'm on his side. Jesus, like, it's like, I just want you to understand. I just want people to understand me. I'm an open book. I will tell you anything you want to know. There's no like holding back. Like, I will give you everything if you want to know it. You just ask, and I'm pretty it's pretty evident. Like, I don't shut up. You ask a question, I'm going to answer. But I would just sit there and
I didn't even ask you any questions. You've literally introduced you and you just haven't stopped.
For my last fight, the commentary were saying they do this little 5-minute sit down with everyone and they want to know. And they actually said it on the broadcast. They were like, we were doing these 5-minute interviews with every fighter, and we sat down with Ian Garry. We didn't ask him a question, and he left 35 minutes later.
So, have you got any kind of final words of wisdom? I mean, you've come up with some absolute belters of motivation, confidence tips. What have you got? Any kind of final wise words from the future?
A day without laughter is a day wasted, because
wow.
it fuels you. Laughter is something that, like, everybody needs in life, and you can have the worst day of your life. If you can find someone that makes you laugh and make you feel like that joy, everything else goes away.
Mate, I don't even know what to say. I'm genuinely lost for words again. Like, thank you so much. And I honestly wish you, I don't think you need the luck, because I think you're going to absolutely wipe the floor with him. But best of luck in the fight.
Or as I say to people, thank you. I don't need it, but I appreciate it. It's such a dick thing to say, but it's like, thank you. I don't need it, but I'll take all the luck. Thank you.
You've literally, hands down, probably the best guest I've ever had on this show.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. It's just trying to be real, just trying to show people the person I am, and have a good time doing what I do and loving my life. And if I can share any kind of motivation or happiness to people, then by all means I will share it all day long. But I'm just here having a good time, and I don't see why anyone else shouldn't have a good time. Enjoyment. Sorry, that's my battery. They say fear is the wall between happiness. So everyone fears something, but it's like, once you overcome that fear, you're living life, you're loving it, you're enjoying it. Like, for example, if you want to jump out of a plane, holy shit, I've got to jump out of a plane. It's like, but then the view from when you're skydiving, I mean, take out the fear of being 30,000 feet up in the air or 20,000 feet and jumping out of a plane, and just do it. Because if you do it, I guarantee it's going to be one of the best experiences of your life, because I want to do it, and I'm not afraid of the flying. I'm just like, can I do it without someone on my back? They're like, no, you have to have someone
no.
I'm like, I want to just get out as fast as I can and enjoy life, because I am a little adrenaline junkie. I love like that. That's why I love fighting. It's like that adrenaline, that buzz, it fuels me and it pushes me forward. But yeah, just if like the last thing, I just trust in yourself. Have enough trust to trust in yourself and do whatever it is that you want to do, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to do it for you.
Mic drop.
See you later, pal. Take it.
Mate, honestly, that was probably one of the best, my favorite episodes I've like ever recorded. Like genuinely, you're fucking brilliant, mate.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank you. It means a
where
lot.
can
Thank
you
you for
watch the
having me
fight?
on.
Mate, you can come back fucking anytime now. Jesus Christ.
So the fight will be on UFC Fight Pass. It's an app. You can download it for 7 days for a free trial. But I'd highly advise you don't. You just keep it, because there's a lot of the UFC early prelims that are on it, and it's a lot of fights. So if anyone is into fighting, download UFC Fight Pass. Go look at all the old fights. Go fall in love with some of the best fights ever in MMA. And absolutely check me out, because I guarantee you're going to love it. And I guarantee you're going to sit down a couple of years ago, shit, I wish I was a part of that hype train when it started. So now's your opportunity. Go watch it, go enjoy it, and then come back to me and let's see where we can go with this.
Mate, I'm fully, literally, I'm on board. I'm literally, I'm all, yeah.
All the bottom.
Oh God.
This is it, man. This is
literally, I've never been out of breath on my own show before. I've got a stitch.
It's like, it's great. Welcome to the Waffle Show. I'm Ian Garry.
Exactly.
It's like, and today I'm going to be speaking. You don't have to say anything. I'm just going to sit here and talk all day.
Oh God, I'm sweating.